So how the jury is going to interpret that, it's going to be interesting to see. But it was impactful when she made her way to that jury box, and the jurors were able to see her, again, 8.5 months pregnant, make her way to that jury box and begin the questioning. And of course, one of the big things that's going to take place is, will the media, will the public be able to see the video of those freak-offs? During opening arguments yesterday, the government did say that they are going to be playing video of these freak-offs. These are these sexual encounters that took place between Cassie Ventura and other men, male escorts that they would hire, as well as Sean Diddy Combs. The government is saying that they don't want the media to be able to see it. Only the jurors. Defense counsel doesn't seem to have a problem with it if the media is able to see it. So we'll have to see what happens in that regard. Said the judge has said that he is going to take that under advisement.
On Tuesday, the world got a disturbing inside look into the private life of one of hip-hop's most powerful figures. Cassie Ventura, the former singer and longtime girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs, took the stand in his federal sex trafficking trial, and what she said shook the courtroom to its core. This wasn't just about a bad breakup. This was about power, coercion, and years of alleged abuse hidden behind the closed doors of mansions, hotel suites, and luxury recording studios. Cassie, now 38, described her relationship with Diddy as a nightmare dressed like a fairy tale. On the surface, she was the glamorous R&B star signed to Bad Boy Records at just 19, arm in arm with a music mogul. But behind the scenes, she says she was trapped in a violent, manipulative relationship that began when she was barely out of her teens. According to her sworn testimony, their fights turned physical early on and escalated quickly. He would mash my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, Cassie said. She recalled that even something as minor as a facial expression could trigger Diddy's wrath.
In the beginning, that things were really good. But right away, the government got into questioning her about the bad times, asking her if there were bad times as well. And that's when she began to talk about the physical abuse, the injuries that she would suffer from. For instance, a busted lip. We have a little bit of that testimony for you that we can put up on the screen. So she testified that the arguments would often end in physical abuse, that he would knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head if I was down. Also, she said that Combs introduced her to freak-offs in the first year of the relationship. We also have some other things that we can put up for you, Ted, in regard to what she was saying. She said it got to a point where I just didn't feel like I had much of a choice. I didn't really know what could happen, what could be, or what no could turn into when she would say no. And I just didn't feel like I had much say in it at the time, being really super young, naive, total people pleaser. So that's exactly the difference in arguments, Ted, in this trial. You had defense counsel yesterday talking about the fact that Cassie Ventura and the other woman that the government is going to bring forth as a witness by the name of Jane, they were grown, strong, capable women. They could say no. They could say, I don't want to participate in this. But the government is arguing just as what Cassie was talking about there, that I was young, I was naive, I was easily influenced, I was a people pleaser.
Make the wrong face, and the next thing I knew I'd get hit in the face, she testified. The abuse left visible marks, black eyes, bruises, and painful welts on her forehead. But the emotional toll, she says, ran even deeper. And then came the freak-offs. If you remember the now infamous hotel surveillance video from late 2023, where Diddy was seen grabbing, dragging, and throwing Cassie to the floor, Cassie says that was just a glimpse into a much darker reality. In court, she revealed what really led up to that night. According to her, Diddy regularly orchestrated what he called freak-offs. These were group sex encounters, often involving hired escorts, hard drugs like ecstasy, and forced voyeurism, and they started when Cassie was just 22 years old. Sometimes, she said, these freak-offs would last for days, fueled by Molly and vodka. My stomach churned. I was confused, nervous, But I loved him. I wanted to make him happy, she said. But this wasn't consensual, not in the way most people understand it. Cassie testified that saying no wasn't really an option. There were threats of violence, of blackmail, of being blackballed from the music industry. At some point, I felt I didn't have much of a choice, she told the jury. And it wasn't just her body that was exploited. Her music career suffered too. She says she recorded 9 full albums under Bad Boy Records, none of which were ever released. She was never compensated, never given artistic control. According to her, the freak-offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but do them, then try to recover, she said. Cassie also revealed disturbing details about their first sexual encounter. It allegedly happened in Miami while she was under the influence of ecstasy. Diddy, she claims, handed her a blue dolphin pill, a common street form of MDMA. She said she had no idea what it would do to her, only that she felt euphoric and overly sensitive to touch. Their entire relationship, she says, was cloaked in secrecy. Diddy reportedly insisted on keeping it hidden, claiming it would damage his public image and disrupt his relationship with model Kim Porter, the mother of his children. Cassie testified that their first inappropriate moment happened in a bathroom at the VMAs, where he suddenly kissed her, leaving her stunned and unsure what to do. In response to these allegations, Diddy has pleaded not guilty. He's currently facing charges that include sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transporting individuals for prostitution across state lines. His legal team isn't denying that violence took place. They're arguing it wasn't one-sided. Marquis Agnifilo, Diddy's attorney, told the court, "We are absolutely going to admit to domestic violence. But at what point does it become coercive? They're painting the relationship as mutually toxic, but Judge Arun Subramanian didn't let that slide. He pushed back, stating, "Strong people can be coerced just like weak people." As the trial unfolds, the details are only becoming more disturbing. What was once whispered in gossip blogs is now being laid bare in a federal courtroom, with real consequences on the line. Cassie's testimony is just the beginning. Prosecutors say they have multiple witnesses and mountains of digital evidence, text messages, surveillance footage, financial records, that they plan to unveil in the coming weeks. For years, Diddy was seen as untouchable, an empire builder, a music legend, a billionaire with friends in the highest places. But if these allegations are proven true, they'll reveal something far darker. A man who used his wealth and influence to trap, control, and exploit the people around him, all while projecting an image of empowerment and success. And in the center of it all is Cassie, finally breaking her silence after nearly 2 decades. Whether the jury will believe her is still uncertain, but one thing's for sure, the world is watching. And this time, there's no turning away.